Silverback Senpai here at Tampa Never Sleeps, and I'm joined here with
Shadow Matrix.
Nice. So tell us, give us, a small brief introduction of yourself.
I'm from Detroit, and I'm from, grew up in the early, 2000s.
Okay.
I don't know if you ever heard of the corn community, but they basically, I was just brand new to the FGC, and this is my second tournament ever, and I want to see how I do, and I'm just still kind of learning the ropes of things, but I'm eager to learn, and I wanted to see what it's like to actually play on the competitive scene.
Nice. Well, it's good to see you here, and it's glad to have you here, and, it's going to be great. I know this is going to be an awesome weekend for everyone here, so, by any chance, what games are you competing in?
Mortal Kombat, but I didn't catch Under Night in time, unfortunately. So I want to give it a shot at Mortal Kombat because that was the second game I was playing the most this year, and I know it's a lot of games that's dropping.
Yeah.
I'm more of the anime scene than the traditional, but I pretty much like Mortal Kombat, even though I know the community, they say it's kind of dying down a bit.
Yeah, because the game, I have my complaints of it, and I have my complaints of Mortal Kombat 1, but trust me when I say this, you're not wrong for the way you feel about the game. I think a lot of us Mortal Kombat heads, especially myself, we're disappointed. So don't feel bad about it.
I understand because the game slowed down. He has so much hype. It's like a good sandbox, and I just think they just need to fix certain things and start delaying certain modes. We still don't know what Warrior Shrine is yet. And the anime side, I was thinking that Under Night is one of those underrated gems. I think that has the possibility to come back. And obviously Tekken's probably going to be the big thing right now that's going on. Mm-hmm. And I like Tekken. And honestly, I don't even play 3D, but it's one of the first ones I'm considering getting into. But I think for the Mortal Kombat side, they got to come with some heat with these next few patches, or I think it's going to die. The cross-play beta, I will say, as someone who tested it yesterday, it's kind of like a sluggish delay, but it's a work in progress. For a beta, it's actually running slightly smooth. So who knows? It might revive it. Never know.
Okay, all right. So tell us, what brings you? We've already discussed what brought you to TNS or whatnot. So, what are your FGC pet peeves? What are some things that just bother you about the FGC?
Okay, so granted, I'm older than I look, so a lot back when I was growing up, the trash talk was the fun of it.
Yes.
And the jokes and stuff. But back then, it was just games and jokes, and everybody could laugh and, comical. Now it's more of a business side, and you got to be more professional. So, you have to be careful of the jokes and things you do now, or, you can just be cut from things altogether.
Yeah.
And you got to be more, understanding that it's a difference between being, what's the word for it? Sportsmanlike and everything. Yeah,
you gotta be professional. Yeah, you gotta be professional.
But when somebody for example, I remember I seen a player that was in a party chat with his friends, right? Nothing to do with an event, and just because they was joking about things in a party event, then they got canceled and events and things. But I was that was if it's out of context, or it's nothing related to an actual person, or it's depending on what the jokes is too. But if it's not nothing in regards to the public or people or anything, you just a group of friends or whatever. Yeah. And I don't think that people should monitor PlayStation parties as a term to judge somebody if you don't actually know the person.
Right. And I agree with that because a lot of us when we in the party chat or the group chat with your boys or whatnot, y'all gonna talk a whole bunch of shit. I'm guilty of that. Okay, I'm going to talk a whole bunch of shit, but the thing is, we always ask, hey, is this being streamed? We always ask that one question, hey, is this going to be streamed? Is this going to be recorded? Is this going to be uploaded online? Because I'm about to say some shit. And it was yo, I ain't trying to get canceled or whatnot, but I'm going to say some shit. So I just want to, check and make sure that, hey, ain't nobody recording this. This is just between us, all right? That's the thing you just have to always, keep in mind or whatnot. And anyone that, especially if you're around my age, because I'm 35, we've been through that stage, especially the earlier years of the FGC before I would say the Street Fighter 4 days. Xbox Xbox Live party chat? Street Fighter 4? Woo!
Man, 360 would have got a lot of people canceled.
Oh, yes! Oh, definitely.
Especially if he was a Call of Duty player.
Oh, yeah. And, all right, and next topic is, what are your thoughts on the current state of the FGC?
Honestly, I noticed that a lot of the sponsored, like, tournaments are now starting to get bigger prize pools, but the local scene kind of needs like more of a boost.
Yeah.
And I think that now that gaming is starting to become more popular than it is like how compared to how I was growing up, I think the scenes have a potential to grow. It just need more support or to get the more of the word out. But as you see, like, say for example, like in the anime community, like Megan Thee Stallion, saying like anime now all of a sudden you starting to see it everywhere.
Yeah.
I just think like now if you start seeing like Deco or like other people like started talking about game stuff, I'm pretty sure it's gonna hype up the scene. But in the fighting game sense, okay, so I understand business. At the end of the day, it's a business. The company's got to make their money,
right? And
all right, so I understand casual players, they bring in majority of the money, but they tone down the games, so they're easier to play.
Yeah,
but I think that if they find a way where you can just make it where like you can keep turning off the casual things and then keep the hardcore part of it.
Yeah.
For the tournament side, it'll keep more of the competitors like interested in playing the games, and then casuals can still play. But when you're in a tournament mode, the casual like mechanics won't be there.
I get what you mean. So pretty much how some games are now implementing like easier modes, like easier inputs to get casuals in, and then of course you kind of want it to where it's like both can be welcome, but let's stick to the traditional aspect. Am I somewhere right on that or? Yeah.
So like prime example, UC Gear Revelator 2. Like they had a separated between, I think it was called Stylish, and then Stylish, and then the other one was like you switch to the other mode, it was just like your own actual controls, but you couldn't get like true combos or like 50 to 60% damage off of an auto combo.
Right.
Like Dragon Ball FighterZ was guilty of that, and now Tekken with the heat system is kind of similar.
Yeah. Yeah, I get what you're saying. Like even with Tekken 8, like I do see like when people use those simple combos or whatnot. Like yeah, you can use them, but just understand that if a more experienced Tekken player is gonna know how to punish you because they know that you're using this is what you're depending on. So now it's easier for me to punish you, which is going to force that casual player to be like, all right, I need to stop depending on this because I'm becoming more predictable.
Right. And then you got Mortal Kombat 1, well, obviously the only, I would say, we can't Fatal Blow, but Fatal Blow is really punishable, it's fair, it's slow, and once you miss it, you have to wait for that to come back. You can't rely on that.
Yeah.
But see, I don't really see a lot of that in like Mortal Kombat or like in anime games, like for example, Under Night, I feel like it's fair. Like the mechanics aren't busted. It still feel like, to me, it still feel like the first regular Under Night. Like, so I feel like that if games go back to like, dial it back to Guilty Gear like Revelator 2 era. I granted is like they probably gonna lose a lot of the casual audience, but it'll probably get more competitive on the competitive scene.
Yeah. Okay. All right. And last but not least, where can people find you on social media?
I have a Twitch. It's Shadow Matrix 97 on Twitch. I'm a new streamer, and I like to do old school game streams as well. I'm not just a fighting gamer. I also play open world games and beat 'em ups, and I do like emulation requests, and like I like to run like a lot of old schools. I have a nostalgia like problem, but I have my Twitter is MalikMaye, and my Facebook. And I'm pretty much like I play people if they ask me. I'm trying to get more into my streaming platform. I also play it on PC, and I just like to have fun, good vibes, and learn.
All right, that sounds good, man. All right, y'all. Well, this is Silverback Senpai here at TNS, and we are signing out.